Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rosero Network. I am Don Pepia, and I'm joined by Rich Walker.
Hello.
We have been playing some Rogue Warrior Deluxe. It's the remaster.
No, we haven't.
No, Rogue
Trooper.
We had this discussion in the office a little while back, and we were talking about how it's easy to get confused.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rogue Trooper, which is the 2000 AD property from Rebellion, which is the same universe as Judge Dredd and all that kind of thing, if you know much about that. And what's the other one? Rogue... The one that isn't this one.
Rogue Warrior, the Bethesda thing with Mickey Rourke. It's not that.
It's not that, right.
Thank God.
So yeah, this is a game that originally came out back in 2006, I believe. A couple generations ago.
Was it that late?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Don't feel like it, does it?
No.
But then you look at it and you think, all right. But this has been redone as well. And I've never played the original. I'll admit to that now. It was something that completely passed me by. I've never really been into 2000 AD and that kind of that franchise and stuff. So. Yeah, so when I was at E3, I got my hands on with this, got to play it, courtesy of Rebellion, and yeah, it's actually pretty good. I think for a game released in 2006, it handles quite well. There's some really interesting, like, kind of lore and bits of mythology in there. Yeah, again, I'm completely new to the universe, and so seeing all these blue dudes getting angry and aggro and shooting shit, I was like, yeah, all right. Are you familiar at all with the series or the kind of the overarching part it belongs to?
On a very, very rudimentary level. Like, I believe there are a series of clones, which is kind of self-evident.
Yeah.
You can see it that they're all clones.
It's easy for the artists, isn't it? In the games,
exactly, right.
It's nice to...
and obviously, I have a kind of very minimal knowledge of the game. I did play it a little bit. My friend, who I lived with at the time, had an original Xbox, and he bought it. He actually bought it, had it shrink-wrapped, left it as a treat for himself when he got back from work. And my cousin, who was another housemate, went into his room where his mum was staying over and sleeping, nicked it, unwrapped it, and started playing it. I was like, you total dick. Who does that?
That is quite bizarre behaviour.
It is really weird. So yeah, he was obviously eager to play it, so much so that he was willing to steal someone else's copy from a room where his mum was sleeping.
I bet he's watching this right now. He's looking at this game.
Yeah,
right now,
if you are
like,
watching,
oh my God.
If you are watching, that's shameful behaviour. Nobody does that.
So, yeah, that is quite peculiar.
Yeah. So there we go. But yeah, I played a little bit of it, and I remember it being a very, very robust, nicely made shooter.
It's very of its time.
Yeah.
Third-person shooter back then. You know, there's a lot of the things you do.
Yeah, it sort of struck me as a very solid sort of 7, 8 out of 10 sort of game at the time.
I don't know if this is fair to say, but it came around in an era where games were kind of doing the AA thing more. We kind of
mid-tier kind of stuff, right? Yeah. That
dropped out. You know, the kind of what Midway was really good at back in the day.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That kind of dropped out and has been replaced by the indie scene, I guess now, in a way of thinking. But yeah, the game, again, I have no idea. So when I was there, the developer told me right now, you know, you're supposed to deploy on a planet, but you're getting shot to shit.
Right.
There's artillery in place, encampments that are taking you out. Also, a fun little fact about my demo with this, because it was running on a debug build, if you remained idle for more than, I think it was 10 seconds, the game would reboot.
Oh shit, really?
So for making notes and stuff,
in
this kind of scenario, in this kind of
you got 10 seconds to make notes.
It was pretty tough.
Or the game will reset.
I'm going mostly from memory here. But yeah, it looks nice, right? 10 years old now at this point. It's a remaster.
This looks like a proper remaster, yeah. It looks really good.
It's not just been like kind of ported shoddily. It's like the UI's been done. Apparently a lot of the soundtrack's been like kind of restarted as well. You can see from the way things are, it's, you know, worked out a lot better.
Yeah.
These cinematics are a bit different. I think nowadays you wouldn't get quite so many interrupting your gameplay, or you'd hope
unless you're playing something like Uncharted, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Not slagging off Uncharted, I love Uncharted, but just saying.
But yeah, they do kind of put them in, don't they?
Don't you have a talking helmet?
Eventually, so what happens is, each of these blue dudes, when they may or may not perish, you can take like bits of their brain or whatever.
That's right.
And you can slot them into your gun, which talks to you, and it's really fucking foul mouth.
It's all coming back to me now, yeah.
Which I get for a game. I think that's a wonderful idea. The idea of like kind of having their personalities installed into your armor and upgrade. It's a great thing.
Well, I'm assuming it's something from the comic book.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So I think co-opted in a game like this, it works really well. And again, this is this predates Colin. Sorry, it does not. This predates Gears of War by a little while, and it's got that cover thing down. That Gears of War seemed to have co-opted and went like, no, I did this.
Yeah,
this is me. This is what Call of.
I suppose Gears of War kind of refined it.
Yeah, it changed the sort of mesh of it a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
But I think still, you know, going back to this, considering this came out before that, it's still a really satisfying.
It looks like it's mostly all there, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think they have changed a bit of the controlling around this time as well. So instead of before you had to click a button to go into cover, now you just kind of glue to it automatically.
Right. Okay.
Which is something that I think the gamers of today would really appreciate, considering that's become a norm.
What? Gluing to cover rather, so you don't press a button.
So yeah, if you go to cover, you kind of, if you start shooting, you'll kneel automatically.
I don't know if I like that actually. I think I like the act of pressing a button to get into cover.
Oh, really?
I feel like I'm more confident that I'm actually in cover. The act of pressing a button.
I guess
what I mean?
It clicks for you, doesn't it? It actually gives you a visceral kind of like, I have done the thing, now I am safe.
But there are some games that are good at gluing you to cover, and I suspect this probably does it well.
Yeah,
also,
again, I say it did feel really. You know what? No offense, guys, but when I first went into this game, I wasn't really that excited for it.
Oh,
I was
really?
like,
Okay.
I don't know anything about the series or whatever. Seeing it and watching it in action. If it comes out on a kind of a good budget price point, I'm down.
Yeah, no, I would happily revisit this because, like I say, it was my mate's copy when it originally came out. I didn't get to play it all. I got to have a little go. I would have liked to have played more because I remember enjoying it. So yeah, I'm down for this too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely up for this.
It's funny, we can't hear a lot now because I'm obviously we're chatting over it and whatever. But the commentary and the voice acting and stuff, it's all really nicely remastered itself as well, audio-wise. It's good. I had good fun. I was not expecting to have such a good time.
So they re-recorded the voiceover stuff then, or just remastered the audio?
I think just remastered the audio.
Okay,
yeah. It's similar to what I think the Crash Insane's done. Some bits you can hear original audio, some bits re-recorded entirely.
Okay.
Which it's kind of an aside there, but I think that's really nice. Again, proper remasters. This is what they should be doing. I just hate who's been bad for just doing really shoddy ports. You know what I mean? It's been
Activision in the past. Because Insane Trilogy is kind of an exception. They went to town on that, didn't they? But stuff like Deadpool, the prototype ones, they didn't really bother, right?
And I think that reflected in sales to a degree as well. And that's why I'm happy to see people like Rebellion, you know, who are kind of a mid-tier publisher compared to the behemoths out there, taking care to make sure, because this is niche. This isn't exactly like Mr. Popular Game, is it? So seeing it done like this, I do think it shows a lot of respect for the audience. Yeah,
it's kind of something that had more of a cult following, I suppose.
Absolutely, and giving that option to new people. Again, maybe it's because of my age or whatever, I don't know, but I never got around to this, and so now I've got a chance to. I'm down. I'm totally down.
Okay.
Different kinds of gameplay, it's like on rails bits as well.
I've just thought of something depressing.
What's that?
When this came out, I would have been your age. Fucking hell.
What had I was 16 maybe? I wasn't legally 18, I was legally allowed to play it when it came out.
Damn it.
That's probably why.
Wow. That's depressing.
Oh, sorry man.
It's alright, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and this is the first level, so you're seeing a lot of the kind of same environment, but apparently as you go on it changes quite a lot. I like this cosmic kind of sci-fi vibe to it as well.
It does look very nice, I must say. I am impressed. And if this is a pre-beta build, as it says in the corner,
as our face may
be covering that bit.
It's blazoned across there.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things. There are a few niggles in there as well. But again, pre-beta, so you're allowed a few at this point. I think you give
pre-beta. Yeah, sure. No, absolutely. When is the game out? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, I'm afraid I can't tell you. I can double check very, very quickly.
I think it's quite soon, isn't it? It's this year.
It's in the summer for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's looking like it's pretty much complete. Everything looks quite smooth graphically. The gameplay mechanics look pretty slick.
Yeah, it does. It feels nice. It feels quicker and smoother than I imagine the original did. Again, I can't speak for certain. But
it looks to me to be that way. I mean, I didn't play it like you did, so I can't tell. But yeah, no, good shit, man. I'll say it again. Yeah. I'm down for this.
Yeah, I'm totally down for it. Right.
Yeah.
There's some interesting things as well. The more people that die, and you collect their little chips, the more little abilities you get.
Yeah.
So one of them, putting the guy into my gun, has given me the ability to kind of auto aim.
Okay.
As long as you're generally in the right area, you do more damage. Again, the mechanics that have been co-opted since. But yeah, it just feels really good.
I forget, as you get more chips, do you swap them out, or do they just add?
This being the first level, I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I only got one for my helmet and one for my gun.
People who played the game originally will already know that.
If you know, do comment and answer for our ignorance of the original.
Feel free to chime in and tell us how shit we are for not knowing that. Do you know who these bad guys are?
Generally speaking, there was a little bit of audio, but because I was sat with a dev, talking more about the gameplay aspects of things. I'm quite behind on the story as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Doesn't matter really, does it?
No, just
shoot them.
It's all the more just dehumanise them, shoot to kill. It's absolutely fine. The point is get through the end and get to the bit.
Exactly.
We'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking. You know, look at this as well. I'm happy with this sniping things.
Yeah, Rebellion knows how to do sniping, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's strange though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
I think what excites me about this as well, and the reason that I definitely would like to play it, is because Rebellion have confidently stated they will happily shop out the 2000 AD IPs to any studio that wants to make a game for it.
Do you know what, mate? Give us a Judge Dredd game.
Give us Judge Dredd done by Rockstar.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, imagine that.
I mean, that's going like proper top tier straight away.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see what else you can get out of 2000 AD and who'll be willing to work on it. And if this is kind of a litmus test for these guys, then maybe we've got something pretty special on our hands. 2000
AD, man. I never was a big reader of those comic books, but I always found their characters super interesting.
Yeah, I totally agree. I've never a little much read, but from what I do know, I think it's really cool, and the designs and the art as well.
Yeah,
it's all
awesome stuff. And
I guess maybe because it's very British as well.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, absolutely, really British, and just it feels like there's a rich vein there for video game IPs
that haven't really been
explored that much. I mean, Dread's had a whole bunch of games, but I don't remember many of them being particularly good or memorable.
That's the thing. Imagine if you do the universe thing that's become so popular now.
Yeah, right.
Get Arc System Works to do a 2000 AD fighting game.
Sure,
down. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, right. I just checked out the release date. It's currently put as a coming soon.
Okay.
So I think
soon.
Saying summer is probably in the right ballpark.
It can't be far off.
2017 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a really interesting project. It's coming to Xbox One and PS4. Yeah, I'm fascinated by the potential of it, and also after, like I say, playing this first level, I really want to know what's going to come next. I want to see different environments. And
look at this first 10 minutes. You've done cover shooting, you've done sniping, you've done a turret bit. That's a nice bit of varied gameplay there,
isn't it? Just
yeah.
What happened to games in this 10 years where we've got to the stage where we've done that?
Yeah.
So hey, it's good. Again, I think it has been. The devil saying it has been quite. Inspirational, and a lot of people have kind of cited it in their game design since.
Oh, good, okay.
In terms of going back and playing something like that, learning a legacy a little bit of a third-person cover shooter, I'm down for that. Especially because the cover shooter really has kind of gone out of fashion now. It had a big surge like last gen.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You've still got something like Uncharted, but that would call itself more an adventure game than a cover shooter.
Yeah.
You got the most recent Gears, I guess.
But yeah, there aren't that many new examples that spring to mind immediately.
No, right?
Off the top of my head.
I can't think of a new IP. Maybe
we're probably going to get comments saying there are loads. There's this one. We'll be like,
under these lights, man. You can't summon the knowledge, can you?
But yeah, no, I can't think of any off the top of my head right now.
So yeah, look at this way. You got a little exploding, taking out an encampment section. This feels very Rebellion. This feels very Rebellion.
yeah, exploding barrels, mate. Love them.
Yeah. I'm down for this. I'm really very excited. I do think it's going to be quite a good experience. I do hope it comes in at a reasonable price point. Because if it's a full price thing, I think a lot of people might not be that attracted to it.
It strikes me as kind of a 30 quid, $40 kind of deal. Right?
Hey, if we've learned anything from Bulletstorm, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do the full price.
Yeah, the Bulletstorm remaster came in at full price, didn't it? And
still locked content off.
Yeah.
Unless you pre-ordered. But yeah, Rebellion don't seem to be in the practice of doing that kind of thing.
No.
So this is Rogue Trooper. It is coming to Redux. It's coming to Xbox One and PS4 soon. Thank you for watching. If you've liked, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, folks. Bye.